For those still wondering about this situation, I filmed 2 videos on the same day, so it has literally been like 5 minutes since I filmed Monday's video. Welcome back to Every Disney Movie Ever. My name is Jess and I'm watching Every Disney Movie Ever. Today I'm going to talk about Selma, Lord Selma. Selma, Lord Selma is a 1999 television release. It's directed by Charles Burnett, cinematography by John Simmons, editing by Nancy Richardson, music by Stephen James Taylor, and it's written by Cynthia Whitcomb. I've covered everybody except Nancy in previous videos. They'll be listed in the link in the description. Nancy Richardson is best known for Selena, 13, Step Up, and Stand and Deliver. So the film is slightly based off a book. The book is called Selma, Lord Selma, Girlhood Memories of the Civil Rights Days, and Frank Sikora gives an interview to Cheyenne Webb and Rachel West, the two girls that started with Cheyenne. Webb is the main girl in this film, so it kind of took their recollection and made it into a movie. The film stars Journey Smollett, Mackenzie Aston, and Clifton Powell. Journey Smollett plays Cheyenne Webb and is best known for Birds of Prey, Lovecraft Country, The Great Debaters, and Underground. Mackenzie Aston plays Jonathan, and I covered him in the video at Iron Will, link will be in the description. Clifton Powell plays Martin Luther King Jr., and he's best known for Deep Rising, Ray, Next Friday, and Rush Hour. The film is about Selma, Alabama, and more importantly, the civil rights time in Selma, Alabama. For those of you that don't know, in 1965 there were marches from Selma to Montgomery, Alabama, and one of them, Bloody Sunday, took place, which is when a bunch of white dudes who got deputized that morning beat up a bunch of black people, and it was televised, and the Voting Rights Act came forward with the president. I highly encourage you to read up about this and educate yourself, because this was in 1965. That is 57-ish years ago at this point. People, are my mother was alive in 1965, my father was alive in 1965, my aunts and uncles were alive in 1965, which means my grandparents were for sure alive in 1965. So I need all of you to think about how long ago that actually wasn't, and how in 2020 we had so many Black Lives Matter protests and they all got violent because of the police, and how for 50 years, almost nothing has changed. It's disgusting. Black Lives Matter. I know I've stood on this soapbox a million times, but it's still, change still needs to happen. Biden promised some change, and I'm waiting for it. So the fight isn't over. Black Lives Matter. Just saying. Institutional racism exists. Okay. The movie is pretty good. It was really well received. It has a 93% on Rotten Tomatoes. People said it was authentic. Journey Smollett carries this film. She was so good. I was genuinely wow, my God, she is phenomenal. It's not surprising to me that she's now in very successful things like Birds of Prey and Lovecraft Country and all of those things. That's not surprising, because wow, she was very talented in this. The movie just made me mad, because every time I watch a movie like this, it just reminds me that nothing has changed. 1965 could have been last summer, okay? Selma to Montgomery could literally have been the walk up Michigan Avenue in Chicago. It's the same. Everything's the same. Nothing has changed, and that's so frustrating. And I can handle it. So the movie made me mad in that way, but the movie was well done, and it was good, and everyone acting in it was great, and I enjoyed it. It was a good movie. There were a couple lines I really loved. By not trying to stop it, you become a part of it. Obviously. Still stands. Giving up is easy, but it doesn't feel as good. I loved that line so much. That resonated with me very much. Giving up is easy, but it doesn't feel as good. Which is so true. There were several points I got emotional, but I never cried. I was very emotional when Jimmy Lee passed, and I was very emotional when Johnny passed. And I was just very emotional in general because of this topic. You saw me with Ruby Bridges, I was a sobbing mess. It's just... Okay, that's it. My final rating is 7... votes out of 10. Our total movie count is... Parent Death, Hole, and Crack Count are still the same. If you want to keep up with the movie you're watching, when follow me on Instagram, you'll find out what you're watching. When I put up videos every Monday, Friday, sometimes Wednesday, join Patreon. Buy merch. Until next time, comment, like, subscribe, and I'm sure you are, so you do. And Black Lives Matter. Okay. Black Lives Matter. Do, 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 do.